Good morning, everyone. Parents, my name is Officer Knight, and I am the DARE officer here for Laurelwood School. I'd like to welcome all of you to your child's DARE graduation ceremony. And before we get started, I would like to invite two class representatives up to the podium to lead us all in the Pledge of Allegiance. So if I can please have Greg and C. Young.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated.
All right, so parents, just want to tell you a little bit about what we've been doing for the last 10 weeks. DARE was originally created 35 years ago by Chief Daryl Gates of the Los Angeles Police Department in conjunction with the Los Angeles Unified School District. And it was originally created to teach youth about substance abuse and saying no to drugs, which is why DARE stands for Drug Abuse Resistance Education. However, over the years, the program has morphed and adapted to different things that your children are facing on a day-to-day basis. And now it teaches them how to deal with stress, how to deal with peer pressure, how to deal with bullying, making safe and responsible choices, and overall being good citizens to each other. I'd like to take a couple of seconds to introduce you guys to some very important guests who came down here to congratulate you guys on your graduation from the DARE program. So first, from the Santa Clara Police Department, we have Chief Mike Sellers, Captain Wahid Kazem, and from the Santa Clara Unified School District, we have Superintendent Dr. Stanley Rose. We have School Board Clerk Jody Muirhead. School Board Member Andy Ratterman. School Board Member Mark Richardson. And last but not least, Laurelwood's very own principal, Dr. Lori Rogers. And now a few words from Chief Sellers.
Good morning. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Well, I can't tell you of a better way to start my day off than at a DARE graduation. I'm very, very proud of each and every one of you, what you've been able to accomplish. And I'm really excited to hand out their certificates in just a few moments. How did Officer Knight do? Did she do a great job?
Yeah.
A round of applause for her, huh? You know, one of the things I think is very, very important, not only get to know Officer Knight and to meet some of my officers, is also the lessons learned with the DARE decision-making model. I think that's a very important model, and hopefully you'll use that as you go forward in life. You know, making decisions can be very, very difficult. Even at my age, there's some decisions that are very, very tough, and I really have to make sure I'm making the right decision. And hopefully that DARE decision-making model will help you make the right choices as you move forward in life. But I also think it's very, very important. Sometimes decisions are very hard, difficult, and sometimes you can ask a friend. Sometimes you can ask your teacher. You may even want to ask one of my officers. They're always available. But also, I think if you look in the back here with your family members being present, you have a lot of support here today from them. And I think that's very, very important. So just so you're aware that when you come across these difficult decisions that you have to make, your parents and family members are here to support you, okay? Because they want you to succeed and make the right choices. And the summer's almost here, graduation, so you're going to be going to another school, and that's going to be very, very exciting and a lot of challenges. So, but again, I'm very, very proud of each and every one of you. And parents, I just want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. I know we're very, very busy nowadays, and it's just so, so important that you're here to show your support for your children. So I hope this program allows your children to come home and have some dialogue with you, and continue that dialogue, because I think it's very important as they get older that they have that relationship and are able to talk to you. And I just want to mention too is, You are very, very, very fortunate to live in this area, but also be associated with the Santa Clara Unified School District. I can tell you personally, we have a fantastic relationship with them. My officers are frequently visiting all the schools, or interacting with the schools, and especially this program. I mean, my peers from other cities are very envious of the relationship we have with our school district. I think just the fact that you have several board members here, the superintendent's here, is extremely important. And I just don't want you to take that for granted. And then teachers, I just want to thank you for allowing Officer Knight to come into your classrooms. I know she probably is very disruptive, having to enjoy interacting with all the kids, and then she turns them over to you. And I just want to thank you very much for allowing her to come back into the classroom. So thank you for all your support. Kids, I'm really looking forward to seeing you, and again, congratulations.
And now Dr. Rose.
Good morning. I just can't imagine an Officer Knight being disruptive about anything. You guys, such a great police officer. I just want to say that this partnership that we have with the police department to provide this program is rather unique. It doesn't exist that many places anymore. Usually do the budget cuts and things like that. But we've been very fortunate to be able to partner with the City of Santa Clara and the Santa Clara Police Department through the good offices of our own school board to be able to offer this program to you students. And it works hard to help you to understand how important the decisions that you make are to your life and to the people around you. So I hope that you have learned something through this program about that, about making good decisions each and every day, and that those decisions lead you to a better life and also a better community. So I really appreciate you all being here. I congratulate you all, and I now will give it back over to the officer. Thank you.
And Dr. Rogers.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Dr. Rogers.
I want you to tell our guests, what do we learn when it's the Laurelwood way? What are you?
Safe, respectful, and responsible.
Nice job, guys. I'm really proud of you. Mr. Fuller and I are very proud to see you all graduating from DARE today. And I want you to say thank you to our wonderful, esteemed guests.
Thank you.
And what about Mom and Dad and Grandma and Grandpa and all your guests?
Thank you.
And how about your teachers?
Thank you.
Great job, you guys. Sit up tall, jackets off, you're ready to graduate.
Before we go any further, I'd like to take a couple of minutes to thank my very wonderful teachers here at Laurelwood. This was my first year and only year here with them, and I'm really sad that I didn't have more time to work with them because they were amazing and made my time in the classroom so much easier. There's no words. They were absolutely amazing. So if I can please have Mr. Ivy, Mrs. Keith, Ms. Jones, and Ms. Watt up to the stage. Just we'll say a little thank you. We have as thank you gifts some DARE coolers with Panera gift cards inside. Because they're so amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Want us to?
Yes.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep like display them across the stage, or shall I just do it?
Can we get them all around?
Yeah, let's walk that way.
And parents, at the end of lesson 7, your children were assigned a wonderful assignment I'm sure they were very thrilled to have, which was to write an essay about what they have learned in DARE. And they are all displayed at the very back of the classroom for you guys to read at the end of today's ceremony. But after reading over 100 essays, I was only able to pick 4 students to represent their classes and to come up here and read to you their stellar essays. So if I could please have from room 14, Bungie. Room 18, Pearl. Room 13, Sean. And room 17, Jasmine.
know that every year 75,000 people die because of drinking alcohol? DARE stands for Drug Abuse Resistance Education. DARE is trying to prevent use of drugs and violent behavior. They educate kids and young adults not to smoke, drink, or take drugs. I learned how to make good choices in bad situations and how to report bullying responsibly. I also learned about all the adverse things that can affect your body when you drink alcohol or smoke. Lots of problems follow after you do these awful things. Did you know that there are more than 200 harmful chemicals in cigarette smoke? Many people and teens smoke and it decreases your lifespan. Some smoke because they think it's cool, but it's not. Smoking blackens your lungs and causes a lot of health problems such as cancer, heart disease, tooth loss, yellow teeth, wrinkles, dry skin, and more. Others, like kids who don't smoke, can consume the harmful chemicals by inhaling it. This is called secondhand smoke. In life, making good decisions is important. When someone offers you the chance to smoke with them, it is your choice to decide whether to take it or leave. Even if it's your best friend that is offering you a chance to hang out and smoke with them, it's best to walk away. Did you know that when humans consume too much drugs, we can get really sick, lose our memory, and become dizzy? Tons of people overdose or take more than needed. This can lead to serious problems. Drugs can cause damage to your mind and brain. You age faster and can look 10 to 15 years older than your age. Overall, DARE taught me the lifetime effects of smoking, drinking, using drugs, and chewing tobacco. I think DARE is a wonderful program to have in 5th grade, and I thank Santa Clara Police for doing it in my school.
DARE by Pearl. DARE is a program to tell people not to do drugs. It also teaches people what can happen if you do drugs. DARE has taught me that drugs can lead to all crazy and weird effects, like cancer or death. It also taught me that if someone offers you a drug like a cigarette, you should either walk away or change the subject. DARE talks about bullying and how being respectful can change someone's whole day. In my opinion, DARE is a good program for 5th graders because you will realize that drugs are bad for you at a young age, so your future will be brighter and more better for you. Drugs are bad because they can damage things in your body, such as the respiratory system. Alcohol is bad for people because it can lead to several health problems like slow breathing, injuries, and high blood pressure, and sometimes even death. Tobacco is bad for people because it contains tar and toxins which are really harmful for the body. Tobacco affects the immune system, which makes it harder for the body to fight diseases and infections. Tobacco can damage your teeth, gums, your mouth, and your throat. Drugs are bad because they can damage things in your body, such as the respiratory system. First, if someone offers you a drug, you should either make up an excuse why you can't take it, like, my mom called me, I have to go now. Or you can change the subject and say, how about we go play some video games and have a snack? Second, if someone is doing a drug like drinking and is underage, the best thing to do is to report to a trusted adult. Thirdly, if someone is doing a drug secretly, you should tell a parent or adult that can deal with the situation. Drugs are bad because they can damage things in your body. I pledge to always make healthy decisions to make my future brighter. By saying no to drugs, I will be able to have a bigger lifespan. I'll be able to be healthy, and I'll be able to have a brighter and stronger future. I pledge to always make healthy decisions to make my future brighter.
There is a wonderful program that teaches kids to say no to bad substances, as well as how to deal with substance abuse problems that can occur in our lives. Our DARE officer's name is Officer Knight, and she taught us about the negative effects of drugs and alcohol, how to deal with bullying and peer pressure, and strategies to resist these dangerous substances. In our DARE book, we learned about the DARE decision-making model to help us make positive decisions in difficult scenarios. We all know that alcohol and tobacco are bad for you. In DARE, we learned why these substances are bad for you. Alcohol can damage every organ of your body, including the brain. Alcohol's effect on the brain includes loss of coordination, poor judgment, memory loss, slow reflexes, and much more. Tobacco can cause a numerous amount of health issues, one of which is lung cancer. Lung cancer is a large contributor to the 400,000 deaths per year due to smoking. The DARE decision-making model is a process for helping you make good choices. We use this step-by-step guide, starting with finding the problem. Then, we assess our choices, and after that, we respond to the scenario. Finally, we evaluate our choice in the scenario. Also, we learn about strategies on how to avoid situations on where you're peer pressured into taking drugs. One of these strategies is avoiding the situation. If you see people using drugs, or know of a place where people commonly use drugs, then avoid the place or area if you can. Along with avoiding the situation, you can hang around non-users. This is useful because it's important to have a network of friends who don't influence or peer pressure you into taking drugs. If the first two don't work, you can always say no and carry on. Along with drug abuse, the DARE program explains how to deal with bullying. We learned that bullying should be reported with the 5 W's of bullying, which are who, what, when, where, and why. For example, if you see someone on the playground getting bullied, you should report the 5 W's of the bullying situation to a trusted adult on school premises. Some of the types of bullying are physical, verbal, social, and cyber. Physical is where the victim is getting hurt physically. Verbal is if the victim is teased or made fun of. Social is when the bully is spreading rumors about the victim or leaving the victim out on purpose. In cyberbullying, the bully is making remarks about the victim via text, videos, email, etc. I pledge to be drug-free so I will be able to live a long, happy, and healthy life. By being drug-free, I will be able to get a good education, find a decent job, and be self-sufficient. I will also be a good role model for future generations to come. By resisting drugs for life, I will be able to help others who might be former or current substance abusers. This program has taught me many important life lessons that will prepare me for my next school year. DARE has helped me open my eyes to these upcoming situations I may encounter in my next years of my life and how to be prepared for them. Thank you.
DARE's acronym is DARE Abuse Resistance Education. DARE has taught me that drugs have a handful of harmful effects, such as loss of coordination, loss of self-control, slow reflexes, and addiction. These could possibly lead to death. To help kids avoid drugs, DARE has taught us some strategies to say no if it were offered to us. Saying no and giving an excuse, changing the subject, walking away, and strengthen numbers are some of the strategies. Knowing these strategies can save someone's life from a life of drugs. In my opinion, DARE is good for 5th graders because since they're about to go to middle school, there are more chances of them being exposed to drugs. Drugs are very dangerous. Why? For example, cigarette manufacturers put this addictive chemical, nicotine, in it, and people want to take more and more of it. When people take in more, this could lead them to a life of despair. Alcohol, also a type of drug, is illegal for anyone under the age of 21. Surprisingly, most teens don't drink alcohol, which is good because teens are still growing. Thus, alcohol affects them more than adults, whose bodies are all grown up. Alcohol also weakens the heart muscle and reduces the amount of blood pumped to and from the heart. Too much of alcohol can slow down the body, which leads to coma and eventually cause death. Hey, adults probably know this, but they still drink it. People out there, please don't do the same. When you thought there was only one type of drug, there are more. More than 400,000 Americans die from tobacco-related causes each year. With tobacco deaths, almost 50,000 people die just from secondhand smoke. Secondhand smoke is when people who breathe the smoke that smell the smoke. Did you know nicotine in cigarettes and chewing tobacco reduces the amount of blood that flows from the brain and interferes with the way the brain works? This is why drugs are very, very dangerous. DARE has taught us resistance strategies which we can use to refuse drugs when offered. First, we could avoid the situation by avoiding places where people often use drugs. This prevents them from asking us since we're not remotely near them. Another strategy is strength in numbers. You can just hang out with people who are non-users of drugs, especially when drug use is expected. Walking away is also a good way to reject drugs. When someone asks you if you want a cigarette or a beer, just say no and walk away. Also with saying no, you can give an excuse of why. For example, sorry, I can't take a cigarette. My mom would ground and kill me. I can't survive a week without internet. Lastly, there's changing the subject. If someone asks us if we want a beer, just say no and changing the subject can do the trick. These are some strategies DARE has taught us in class. I pledge to make healthy decisions. By saying no to drugs, I will be able to live longer than drug users. I know this because DARE has taught me some of the consequences of drugs.
Also, I'll save more money. Even though it's not expensive, people buy a lot. Lastly, I'll have more energy to get better grades and exercise. This is why a healthy decision could lead someone into a better life. DARE has taught me a lot of new things and gave me information on why people shouldn't take drugs. It has also taught me how to respond to drugs. DARE can help people make better choices in life decisions.
And we have some gifts for our essay winners. We just have one more round of applause for our essay winners, please. All right, kids, now the moment you guys have all been waiting for. Classes are going to come up to receive their DARE certificates. So if we can please have Mr. Ivy up to the podium, and they will go first.
Our first graduate will be Zarab, followed by Soyoung and Kai, Mina, and what I got over there? Can't see. Sorry. Azul, Akam, Kieran, Aida, Shreya, Bunji, Anshu, I can't see. Alessandro, let's see, who else we got? Bishru, Idan, Pranay, Teresita, Hyomin, Brian, Ariegi, oh, Jake. Mahir, Ishan, Shriram, Dylan, and Joshua.
All right, for room 18, we have Greg, Nirman, Pearl, Ritu, Tahir, Marco, Michael, Aiden, Xiang, William, Astrita, oh, Aaron, Astrita, there we go, sorry guys.
Veronica, Anya, Salah, Vishnu, Rishab, Ariel, Nicholas, Ito, Tamaki, Agilan, and Catherine.
Good handshake. What's going on? Congratulations. You guys know how to shake hands. I'm impressed. Yeah. Good job. Congratulations. Congratulations. Now warm up that handshake. Be firm.
Room 13, are we ready to graduate? Okay, you've been an amazing class, and I'm sure this is just one of many graduations in your lifetime. So our first student, Mishi. Gauskin. Linda. Victor. Keshvi. Bobby. Jenny. Soma. Meda. Sion.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Adam. Minso.
Congratulations. There you go.
Ivo.
You got it? Congratulations.
Cohen. Yuya. Anna. Aryan. Prachi. Sean. Maya. Matthew. Brian. Nishi. Michael. And last but not least, Josie. All right, room 17. Are you guys ready? You're like, no. All right, our first graduate is Alicia and Nadia, Shahid, Todd, Jasmine, Sophia, Vasilisa, JP,
Here you go.
Rushi,
And now we'll be handshakes, right? Thank you.
Will,
Congratulations.
the first Matthew is actually not here today. So the second Matthew, Kushi, Ava, Miran, Preston,
Congratulations. So sorry. This is a picture? Congratulations.
Wakaro, Yuki, Roy, Julie, Fiona, Lena, Anand, and Egbert.
Thank you. Good job. Congratulations. Thank you.
All right. Can we give our graduates one more round of applause, please? All right, parents. So your children and I have a little surprise for you. We worked very hard on it for the last couple of weeks of DARE class. They have a little presentation, and it's going to be singing you guys the DARE song. But before we get started, I actually invited a special guest to help you guys. See if he's ready. Darren the Lion has come to help you sing the DARE song. All right, students, I need you to please place your gifts underneath your chair. Please stand and turn and face your parents and prepare to sing the DARE song. like to thank each member of my team for helping me put together this ceremony today. Parents, thank you for allowing me to come into the classroom and teach the DARE program to your children. And then students, thank you for making the 10 weeks that we were together so much fun. You always have me on my toes. Mr. Ivy's class with his questions. I never knew what was going to be in the DARE box. So thank you for making the 10 weeks we were together completely enjoyable. And I'm going to miss you guys, and I'm going to miss being here at Laurelwood. So congratulations on graduating from the DARE program. This now concludes your ceremony, and we also have some refreshments in the back for you guys. So congratulations.